Peace and love, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy November 25th. Listen, just want to make it clear. Black folks has always been improvising when it comes to so-called holidays, okay? This message is not to say what you should do or what you shouldn't do. You let your conscience and your historical facts be your guide, okay? How about that? But listen, I just want to say that back in the day, growing up in Newark, 16th Avenue, Brick City, when holidays came around, we used that as an opportunity to get together with our families. You know, as a child, I remember this. My mother wouldn't have to work. My aunts wouldn't have to work. My uncles wouldn't have to work. And we just came together as family, okay? We would be so happy that everybody was going to get a meal out of the norm. And that was it, okay? It was the ritual that mattered. It was the ritual of the family coming together and sitting down with this elaborate meal and just being happy, because 6 days out of 7, for the most part, everybody was working hard. You know, my mother, she worked in other folks' homes. You know, she was a domestic cleaner. She cleaned people's houses until, you know, later on when she moved to Rochester, New York. But for the most part, that's what she did. Okay, my aunts, they had these factory jobs, and my uncles, they did whatever they could when they could. So when the holidays came around, we ritualized family. Okay, it wasn't about the so-called Western or European concept of what the holiday meant. What it meant to us was coming together as a family, sitting down, having fun, laughing. Nobody had to go to work, you know, sweat over nobody's hot job or cooking somebody else's food. You know, the food was cooked for the family. And the people my mother worked for back in those days, they would give her a turkey, you know, so it was like, okay, this is good. We're going to have turkey. And we would go to Mulberry Street. My mother would go to Mulberry Street and get fresh vegetables and things like that at a very low price. And if you're from Brick City, if you're from Newark, you know what, back in the day, during the 60s, you know what Mulberry Street represented back then, okay? So, listen, whatever you're doing and however you're doing it, I'm just going to flip this camera around and show you what I'm doing, because I just found out my 2 daughters are coming into town, because my 4th daughter, my baby daughter, is her baby shower that's going to take place on Saturday. So they had the opportunity to come because they didn't have to work. Okay, so they're coming for the baby shower, which is going to be on Saturday, the 27th. Let me see, the day, 25th? Yeah, the 27th. So we use holidays to our advantage, just like our ancestors did. You know, they did a lot of things with religion, their ancestral religion, but they had to hide behind, under the skirt of the so-called religions that was through to them by the so-called slave masters. Okay, we're not going to get into a history lesson, but I just wanted to say that, you know. So we do what we need to do and how we need to do it. We improvise how we need to improvise to help us to keep connected with a family. So yeah, I'm in here getting ready to make some potato salad. Just peeled five pounds of daggone potatoes. And my mother's not here because, you know, she's in an assisted living, but this is her pot. So pretty much she is here. This is her pot. Okay, this is the first time that she's not been in our presence. Whether talking to her on the phone in a cognizant way, or, you know, just having her to visit us, or we visit her on this day that we use as a family day. This is the first time, and I know a lot of you don't have your loved ones with you. You know, holidays are very trying for you. But for me, this is what I do, and you can do something similar if you want. But for me, I, you know, bring something out that was close to them, or something they use, or it could be a picture on the wall. It can be a pot, like I just showed you, my mother's pot that she used to use when we would you know, go visit her. She would cook her greens in that pot, so that's what I'm going to be doing. And my grandmother, this is a doll that I made to represent her, so she's always with us. That's my grandmother. Her name is Gladys, was Gladys, and she, you know, had a Bible, clothespins, little gingham apron, you know. So whatever it is that you do or you need to do to stay strong and connected to the people that are no longer with you on the holidays that you've been celebrating and you continue to celebrate, do something different. Create a different ritual, you know, and make sure you include them. It's okay. It's okay. You know, it has to be okay. It's about finding a replacement, not that you're replacing them, but finding something to make you feel good about what they contributed when they were with you. Okay, does that make sense? Okay, so it makes sense to me because I'm using my mother's pot. Okay, how about that? Yeah. But anyway, yeah, black people, African Americans, we people of color in general, we have learned to create our own meaning for holidays. Okay, and the main thing that we created was to bring family together, because family is what's up. That's what's happening. Family. It's all about family. Okay? And if you say, well, I don't have any family, find you a new family. Okay? Someone is always looking to be loved. And all reality, it's good to love. Okay? So, with that, peace and love.